Good morning, this is Frank with the Morning Quick Shot, brought to you by Trade Stalkers and Ninja Pro Traders. It is Tuesday, February the 14th. It's about 6:45 Central Standard Time. For the next 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to give you targets to the upside, targets to the downside, possible areas of consolidation. So as you can see, last night we opened up right here at the 23.2650, brief pullback, overnight low at 23.25, and then we actually technically had overnight high at 23.2750. But we really haven't done anything with that since the very open. So if we look right here, we rotate right back to the open here. So what do we expect to do for today? One, we have a lot of speak today, especially from Janet Yellen in her semi-annual Senate committee hearings. So we need to be cautious of that as well as the other information going out on the market. As the market's moving up through here, we've closed above the 24-hour VWAP. We're trying to close above this zone. And if we can move up to this overnight high, 23.27, look for a pullback, retest to the top of here, this zone here between 26.50 and 26. Then look for a bounce. First target would be the 23.29, right in this area. Then look for a back to retest this at 27.50. If the buyers are really going to step in and the comments aren't too bad from everybody speaking, and the other news factors, we could drive this market right on up to the top of this next zone from yesterday to 32, then look for some retracements, possibly the possible of this zone, anywhere between 30 and 29. And then the buyers really have control. Like I said, we're going to just move right up to 36 area, on up to the 40. Look for testing of each zone, a little bit of pullback and move up, and especially if the market's going to sustain that all the way to 44. And we'll talk about the market profile and the long-term targets that it's giving us right now. Now let's look to the downside. If we fail right here at this open at 26.50, possibly come up here 27.50 and fail here with a double top, and it moves back down below this 24-hour VWAP, look for that first target for pre-market structure right around here at 23.50. Come back to retest the open, maybe just the white 24-hour VWAP, and then straight down into this zone. Probably first test of 23.21. Look for it to pop back up and test this again. We could be stopping right here at 21, 22, just for previous structure, okay? Then look for it to move right on down if the sellers are going to step in to this 23.17, in this zone maybe down to 23.16. Very little retrace up into here, if any, and then push right down to yesterday's open, yesterday's low, which I expect should be the low today unless the news is just really bad. Comments don't match up from Yellen and Trump. You know, they're not all the same sheet of music. So again, just be cautious of the comments that's out there today. If we continue to push down lower than that with bad comments and bad stuff, then look for it to move out to the next zones, down this 23.11 zone right into here, followed by the 20.07 all the way back to this 23.01. We expect really good support. If it's really stupid and we happen to get down here, this is where we're going to start looking for major reversals to push right back up to where we were. So just keep that in mind. So let's take a look at market profile. And here we are. On our daily time frame, you can see we broke above this 23.13 yesterday, just consolidating just a little bit to 26. We did get that retest at the 23, the test of the 23.19, and then a retest of it as we talked about yesterday. And we'll show that on a 4-hour chart in just a second. If we can hold this, maybe even pull back to the 13 right here, would be a little bit better for us. Then the push up and drive this market up to the 23.15 for the swing traders. Now let's take a look at our 4-hour chart. Now we talked about this yesterday. Market moved up from to the 23.12, and then we moved right up to this 23.19 that we talked about. And on a smaller time, and we just got that consolidation right there, move right up into the next 141 zone and pull right back to this 23.19. In a smaller time frame, you can see we went up and back and tested this again, and now we're just working our way back down on the 4-hour chart. So you can see we've hit that. We might continue all the way down on the 4-hour chart to retest it again right here, but then look for the bounce up to the 23.30 again, then up to the 23.44, which takes us back to the daily time frame up to that 23.51 area. That's what I see for today with the market profile. If you've got any questions, contact Frank at tradestalkers.com, and have a great day.